think my TV's busted. If not, this country's dusted. Cause I think it's up to the very three. They were on the MTV. They're telling people to walk the what? On G. Challenge hippie. Who do you want to be? Certified kings of mediocrity. Begging the street, wrecking MTV viewers. The world's biggest listen to vote. This side is wrong. In fact, there ought to be a law.
Not only am I obnoxiously anti-religious, I am also kind of a political junkie, and usually don't do a lot of videos along these lines, but I think this one's important because, okay, first, I am a Libertarian, member of the Missouri Libertarian Party since 2003, as you can see. I do have my name blocked out because just like my social security number, I'm not going to give out my real name over the internet. So anyways, as you can imagine, I got real excited when I heard Ron Paul was running. At first I got excited. Then I learned a few more things about Ron Paul that weren't quite as flattering as his voting record. First, he's a creationist. He doesn't... I mean, he's a doctor, which is a problem for me, because either he didn't really take his biology to heart, or he won't critically examine his own beliefs in the favor of medicine and science, which he's supposed to know something about. I mean, evolution is not a topic of debate. That's well established in the scientific community. There is no debate about this between serious, rational scientists, whether it happened. So, I have came to the conclusion, and I could be wrong, because I work in a hospital, I do know a few doctors who are very religious. They tend to be in the minority. However, maybe he really does believe in the literal Genesis story. However, I suspect, and I think this is probably the case, although I'm not sure, that he's pandering. He's pandering to his, the base, the right, the religious right. So he loses a couple points there. I'm sorry, even if it is a political ploy, someone who wants to distort reality like that, I just can't get that excited about it. Second, okay, supposedly he didn't know that those remarks disparaging black people were going to be on his newsletter. But, I mean, this is being published in his name. You'd think he'd at least take the time to read it. And, I don't care if he has a problem with people on welfare. I'm not for that either, but just single out one group. I mean, yeah, there's black people on welfare. There's a lot of fucking white people on welfare. I do demographics, and the majority of the people I see when I'm doing my paperwork are white people on either disability or some sort of Medicaid, some sort of government assistance. The majority is white people. I don't know percentages. I'm not compiling that sort of information. But when it comes across my desk, I see a lot of white people on there. So I don't understand why we have to pick on people because of their skin pigmentation. I mean... So that's kind of two strikes against him. I like his record. He's a lost cause. That's not really a third strike against him, but I mean, he's got a very vocal following, which, yeah, that's cool, but why email me? They spam. The Ron Paul people fucking spam. And it's really, really obnoxious. And like I said, I am a libertarian, but... Oh, third strike. It comes to my anti-abortion. Okay. Ooh, actually there's 4 strikes. There's a lot to the total picture with Ron Paul. I support a woman's right to choose whether or not she wants to carry a child. And I'm not like a fan of third trimester abortions, but when it's undifferentiated cells if you want to terminate that, I'm not religious, so, you know, until it has a nervous system at least equivalent to a fish, as far as I'm concerned, it's the woman's choice. You know, the whole anti-abortion stance is totally dependent on a belief in souls, and I see no logical reason to believe in such thing as a soul. There's no evidence whatsoever. So yeah, his wanting constitutional amendment to outlaw abortion set us back. It's not going to reduce the number of abortions. You can look at the statistics in nations that have illegalized abortions. The only significant increase in the statistics is more women die of illegal abortions, because you'll always, doctors are like lawyers, you know, you're always going to be able to find unethical ones to bend the rules for you, or, you know, give you your illegal abortion, only they won't have the proper medical equipment. So, anyways, abortion. That's one thing where I totally disagree with him on. He wants to turn it over to the states, and I have a big problem with the whole, well, let's just let the states do everything. First of all, I live in Missouri, as you saw from my card there. Our governor is a fucking megalomaniac asshole. His name's Matt Blunt. I hate the son of a bitch, and I don't want anyone giving that stupid bastard more power. At least when we vote as a country, I've got people on the West Coast and East Coast that care about civil liberties. The bastards in Missouri, you know, they all think the terrorists are going to target, you know, their 4x4 pickup specifically, you know. I mean, no, I don't want the states to have more power. I want the states to have less power. I want the federal government to have less power. I want more freedom. That's, to me, what a libertarian's about. Now, if you just pass the buck from the federal government and have the state government oppressing me, what's the good there? So, yeah. So, Ron Paul, he's a libertarian when it comes to the federal government, but he's more than willing to let the state governments rule over you with an iron fist. So I don't really see progress there. I mean, and he was against the Civil War. I mean, sometimes freedom is worth fighting and dying for. And to emancipate people, that's something worth killing over. I mean, Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death. And so anyways, I look at Ron Paul, and I like some of his ideas. I'm working the political elections this year, the primaries. I'm going to be one of the judges. In Missouri, we don't choose whether you're a Democrat or Republican. You don't register that way. I carry a Libertarian card, but I'm not registered to vote only Libertarian. So I asked him with the primaries what they needed, and they said they needed Republicans, because I live in a college town that's, you know, majority liberal. And I said, well, I'm a Libertarian. They go, well, we don't use Libertarians much. So I'm like, who do you need, Democrat or Republican? They go, Republicans. Because, like I mentioned, it's a college town. So I'm going to be a Republican judge in the primary. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be interesting. I get paid like $100 for working 14 hours. And I'll be around a bunch of old people, but I like to get involved in the political system. So anyways, yeah, this video is getting stupid and long. I just wanted to go over some reasons why having real strong second thoughts about Ron Paul.